Hey, quick question. Have you had this experience before where you're doing such a great job at your job? I mean, you are truly killing it and you are still not getting noticed. You are not standing out at all. And a person who is doing way less than you is shining bright like a diamond. Man, I mean, how infuriating is that? Well, I wanted to come to you today to kind of help quickly change that. We are going to do a quick career makeover with these 4 tips that will help you go from invisible to noticeable. Hey team, welcome to Everyday Career Coach. I'm Career Coach Mo, helping you find the best strategy for your career trajectory. And today it is all about how we are going to get you more noticed at work. I mean, even if you are a high performer, you are not always going to earn that promotion, that new title, or those leadership positions just by sitting and waiting. You have to go beyond your everyday task in order to get noticed. So, what we're going to do is give you some 4 quick tips that you have to implement. I mean, it really truly worked for me, and hopefully, it will work for you where you are going to stand out a little bit more by doing these 4 things. Okay, so tip number 1 is to become the go to person for ideas. Instead of you being a problem maker, you become the problem solver. So that really did do wonders for me. I use the 80-20 rule here. So not in every meeting I'm going to have an idea that is going to solve a problem, but I made sure I spoke up often, more often than not, when it came to challenges. I mean, the business, your boss, your team are always going to have challenges. So if you can kind of bring something to the table that is going to even solve it, lessen it, or move past that challenge, that is going to be helpful. People are now going to start utilizing you in meetings and turning to you a little bit more to kind of bring that problem solving strategy to the table. So, number 1, always remember to speak up in these meetings and to become a problem solver. Okay, so tip number 2, know when to say no, but know how to say yes. And what does that mean? There are going to be opportunities where it is going to provide a project is going to provide you an opportunity to have more face time with leadership, to be more helpful with your teammates, or to really kind of stand out within your department. You should be saying yes to those type of projects. Now, you can't say yes to everything. You do have your regular day job, but you have to be very strategic on where you're going to see yes to use your yeses. Now, no is definitely a complete sentence, but never waste a yes. If you know that it is going to contribute to some way in those 3 things, showcase you to leadership, be more helpful to your teammates, or give you a new skill set, making sure that you always have those yeses ready for those 3 things are going to be highly important. Okay, now, tip number 3, you have to work that internal network. You always have to be thinking about your network. So you have to make a list of those that you're going to check in with monthly, quarterly, or seasonally. Monthly, quarterly, or seasonally. And I'm not saying that this list has to be a list of 50 for each of those things, but there's some really impactful people that you need to be staying in touch with. Even if they're not in your organization, you might have some people that you definitely need to network with outside of your organization, but you need to be staying in contact. You need to be always the person that's on the forefront of their mind. Now, not everybody needs to be contacted every week. Not everybody needs to be contacted every month, but people should know that you're still there, you still exist. And when you're talking to them, you're checking in on them. It's not always all about you, but you're also kind of sharing where you're at within your process, within your career. If you have some challenges, maybe those people can help you with that. But networking and staying in contact is extremely important. This is so that when some opportunities arise with them, you are the person that they think about. That truly did help me kind of move forward into different job opportunities because I was always conscious of staying in contact with those very impactful people. And tip number 4, enthusiasm. Always kind of bringing a lot more positivity than negativity to the table. No one wants to be around a Debbie Downer. And believe me, there are some challenges where you're just not going to be a happy person that day, but you need to figure out what you need to do to work through those very challenging days. Maybe it's for you to step back and reset yourself before you put yourself back out into your team. But if you're sitting there and you're always angry, you got a mug on your face, you're always complaining, you're always whining, people are not going to want to be around you. And believe me, enthusiasm really does rub off on other people, and it's really magnetic, and people get attracted to that. So if you kind of keep continuing to bring that positive energy, that enthusiasm to the table, it will not go unnoticed. People actually like that a lot. So I told you this video was going to be quick, and those are my 4 quick tips. Number 1, be the go-to person for ideas. Number 2, know when to use your no's, but know how and when to use those yeses. Number 3, work that internal network monthly, quarterly, and seasonally. And number 4, making sure you bring positive energy, enthusiasm to the table. If you practice those 4 quick tips starting today, you will become memorable to people, because people like all of those things. You definitely won't become unmemorable. You really have to kind of check in often. You really have to kind of making sure that you're constantly bringing something to the table. It's really important that you practice these 3 things. If you're sitting back in the shadows, if you're just thinking that you're just going to do a good job and your work is going to stand out, that's not always the case. 9 times out of 10, that isn't the case. It should be the case. You should be like, someone should be saying, oh, this person does a good job all the time, even though we don't really speak to that person or see that person. Yeah, let's give them that promotion. It's not really going to work that way. So in order for you to get noticed, you have to become noticeable. So I hope those 4 quick career makeover tips help you to get more noticed in your position at your job for those promotions. And I really do appreciate you kind of coming along on this journey of my 100 videos in 2021. Please don't forget to click like, and please don't forget to subscribe to help me with that YouTube algorithm. And I really, truly hope I earned your like today. And if I didn't, I hope you come back and you give me another chance. We have a lot more to talk about. So thanks a lot. And share any tips that you might have that got you more noticed at work. Like I said, I'm trying to build a community. It's just not me talking at you. Anything that you can put in the comments that's going to be helpful to others, please do so. Thanks.